This is Indigenous Insights, Eagle Radio's weekly Anishnabe radio program. I'm your host, Mitch. Miigwech for tuning in. I'm at the KBIC Cultural Building, and I'm going to be recording a large chunk of my show here today. From the Bay Mills Community College, I'm going to I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. My co-hosts here for the week. I'll go to my right first.
Ani, Linda, there's no cast, no dom the sing don't jaba. Now, what's kissing do them? There's not be the Kanomagan, Mampim Bing, KBIC.
Miigwech, Linda.
Mabel Lewis-Sill, there's no cast, Dojagnashi knows when, Donishnabe knows when, Shkewi, what was connected, Minando, Neme, do them, Kinomage Quen, Dao, Nishnabe when the Kanomagan, immersion, Jinkade, Shagana-Shiming, Donishnabe share with the
Miigwech, and that's why I let you introduce yourself, because it sounded way cooler, and I couldn't have pulled it off like that. So I've been a student of yours for years now. I don't quite have my certificate yet, but I'm going hard at it. This class has changed my life. It's through the Bay Mills Community College. For people out there that don't know, can you tell us a little bit first, some of the basics about the program?
Shagana-Shiman, Adan Gadakit, Naganamanda, Nishnabe, Mini, we can maging Mandani, Nishnabe, Mampis Kunamong, the king. Nagana Panegon Nishnabe, but we were Mampi Kinomaging, which now we be in the make, na being Gana Shagana-Shime, Manda, we just make Ekidyang. We've been teaching this language, immersion. For myself, it's been 10 years now since I've been teaching this language. The immersion program is just to speak the language, just tell our stories in the language, and once in a while we will translate it to English, so some of the students that we have don't understand fully, but to help them out a little bit, and then we translate it to English. First, we would tell a story in our language, and then later on, and then we would ask them if they know what we were saying, and then we will translate in English. So most of the times, but sometimes, we just teach the Anishnabe when totally immersion. That's what we do when we go to these sites. Right now, I'm working, myself, I'm working with Bay Mills College. I'm doing the Tuesdays and Wednesdays classes at Bay Mills College, and on the weekends we do 3 sites, LTBB, Bay Mills, and KBIC. So we've been on the road giving this language out. For me, it's been past 10 years, like constantly. We are always on the road again.
I just like this song, right?
But I mean, up to the language. That's why we're on the road. We love our language. We love to share it. That's why we're on the road mostly all the time. And our loved ones are back home, waiting for us to come home. And they're really very proud of us, what we're doing, giving out this language to other people.
Oh, we're all very, very proud. Mm-hmm. So you've been teaching for over 10 years.
That's about 10 years I've been with this language.
And Mabel, how long have you been teaching?
Hey, I am a retired teacher.
Okay.
I used to teach grade 1s to grade 8. This was with the Board of Education, where we did reading, writing, and listening. And about 20 years, that's when I started I took another course to do just immersion. And then this is to teach us more how to deliver immersion. Midish nango pane ishchigyan nango ni donashnabem tage gwetgo kenangoja Bay Mills doni kitwa mishashko oshme dasabon oshmegum dasabon magan nishtana sabon goja nango megwa nandan kitwa enchet kweshkadatwat bemat sajik Shagana Shiming Friendship Center in Kate. when Megish Gakshan, Dokinomage, so Sepikish Gakawan, Nana the Baganek, Pinish Nisosa the Baganek. Minash ni do anke bejenitais ke Kinomage or the Chiskona Gamgong, so college and Kate, Tishpin Desh says we Kinomage. Which when a kid target, Mr. Nin Donapskoa, maybe basically young Donapskage ni Kinomaging. Minas Notchkonage go name, Biminat Mage Mandani, Paneguna, Lishnabeming, Milanguch Mimic Chin Gomeni, we geek it young at the wet to Anishnabe, Memdigeshkoni. Dominananik Mandanishnabe when up Jawak Kendang ni Minishnabe met Donana we pana no penanguang Anish Yauk and Destigate Chikwe Doni Banano Penanguananik Mimandibs in the Mot Nishnabe Nishin Dishkumandani and Nikyang Nishin Gomanda Nagunagi ni Yamakwa. Eken Magua Mande Tapnamot, Nishnabe Minuetgo, Nista Taunanik Mandani, Debatamang, Nishnabe Miang. Nishindishgo, Tabashagaba, Namama P, Mapi KBIC, we bibsen doyang, Mandanishnabe Miang, Kanaksketonago, Kanani, Mandanishnabe Miek. Up Chuna Yabapatini Kitty Barshunani. There's no the end winning. There's a lot we could talk about this language to for the other people to listen to it. There's a lot of ways we could show them. Yeah.
It encompasses a whole people. A whole culture. So, you guys are my co-host here today, so we'll be back in just a little bit, and we'll kind of go a little bit further. This is Indigenous Insights.
Here we go. Bear Creek, give us 4 starts. Round that time. Big shout out to Happy News. In this popcorn from Phillips Podcast. We got that blue stand right over there to the left side of the harbor.
da mishunani kitepnen Oshman da sabon gelina.
Intreki no shmeni bin da sapon gigi. Nungo misunan da sabon, misuji na da basic sapon much time ava. Mabena.
Mapa na shikin da sunna. Misuna dige ni
No, you have more than I do. I think you had about 20 years you. While you were teaching at the Ning what the kikinomage gigi. At the
sis bakutam nessing.
yeah.
All right. And we're back here on Indigenous Insights. We're at the KBIC Cultural Building from the Bay Mills Community College. We're here with Linda and Mabel. Miigwech for being here.
Mahal.
So let's go back to the beginning, when you guys first got into teaching. Well, Mabel, you said you taught back in grade school. That was like a regular curriculum.
Yeah, one of a regular curriculum for the Board of Education. I started there, as I said, 23 years. Nishtana shen soebabon gikinomagam. In between there, maybe should 15 years. Naman dakit gikinomagya dashishnanan babon. Midishmina, this immersion program was coming in, and there was a program at Bay Mills College. It was Barbara and Ted Holapa that Eminan JP did this how to do the language immersion. That's where I step in too to do this. But before that, I'm going to step back. I worked with Bawading School while I was teaching in Canada, and I worked with Bud Byron. And he used to get speakers, Shakana speakers, coming in to do the workshop. In English, where I did was I translated whatever this presenter was doing. And then we started to do weekends. Students from Bawading School, they came to the Sugar Island. We met up, and my role was to do only the language. Anishnabe Miigwech Mangujan Mirasu Shananin Giao Pinochiak Midishke Anishnabe talks with the Gandak Benochiak or the Bakting Skonamungasachik Midishini Mandigi Bitemgak Anishnabe Miigwech the weekend of Magiat Anishnigange Ningi Nap one in the Kamixian Pini Bontanikian Midishig Mandigi Mixemgak Gidimixemgak Tishni Mandasane Anishnabe Etta weekend of Magian Piggy Shita the name Mabanak Chiskona Gamgong. So right now, Nangwa, that's all I'm doing is delivering the Anishnabe Miigwech in any way I can. Nigani, I throw in the craft with the language, and all the tools I use it's all in the language. Anishnabe Miigwech. But nang sometimes need gonna get ni economic subject. Those are the students. Gweteo when I say the Miigwech. What are you talking about? What is that? I tell them in due time you will get it. You will figure out what I'm talking about. One of the teachings I got was not to translate what I'm talking about. I could be saying basic the bottom. I could be telling you that maybe 5-10 times, and eventually you'll understand what I'm talking about. Me when the part of the immersion. Quinoa, as a student, will know that.
That's how it happens with a baby.
Yeah.
Just like that.
For example, my notion I've kind of helped my daughter to raise her. When they were living at my place, and dangi out, midas maba benojis maba, ginishnabem tua, nanishnabem tua, nangwa, nangodosa bonigis mabak presence, nistatak, machan mampinek, mi bishat, minani, shkena bunta nak, migo ni bunta. On these ni went pankin, kitwasan. Ni nakasya no nak maba benoji nistatak shajgo minagi kenda ni pi ni kego kitya ni anyway mi kendang ni abdek ni debweta dekitya nishindishgo ni mandana no shenanik kinomwa mandana snabemwen.
Aha. Miigwech Mabel. When we come back, we'll go a little bit into Linda's teaching history. This is Indigenous Insights.
Welcome. Get up dancing, get up dancing.
All right, we're back here on Indigenous Insights. We're at the KBIC Cultural Building. I'm here with my two co-hosts, Linda and Mabel. We got a little bit of Mabel's history and teaching. She's been in classrooms for a long time, spreading the language and all kinds of other great knowledge. Linda, you said that you've been teaching for just over 10 years now?
Yeah, I've been teaching this language for the past 10 years now. I went back to school to deliver this native language, how to teach it back to Thunder Bay.
And that was 10 years ago?
Yeah, that was 10 years ago.
So what happened 10 years ago? What did you just have a sudden urge to teach, or did you have like an itch always kind of growing?
I was born with my language myself, but first of all, I used to work at the nursing home way back.
Okay. And that was what you did?
Yeah, I worked at the nursing home for about 13, 14 years, and all I heard was language in there, but there was something missing, So I heard about this, Mabel, my cousin Mabel is the one that told me about this language that they're offering in Thunder Bay. So I let my job go at the nursing home on Manitoulin Island. So I took my first year teaching, going back to school to learn how to deliver it. So I start following my cousin Mabel.
Hold on, let's talk about that. That's a life-changing decision.
Yeah. Was
that a hard decision to make, to leave that job and to go for it?
It was. Yeah, it was.
And how did you come to make that decision? I mean, did you talk with family and stuff? I mean...
Well, at that time, there was kind of a separation and all this. I was in a different city, and my kids were on the reserve.
Okay.
So when I was living in outside the white, like the white society.
Yeah.
I missed the language. So there were a lot of people that didn't know the language, even though they're natives. But when I used to hear them say, "Oh, I wish we could speak the language and all this," so I decided, well, Mabel says, "Do you need native language teachers?" She told me, "Why don't you go back to school?" So I went back to Thunder Bay. I went to school for first year there, and then I started following her. So we were teaching at Sugar Island with the Sioux tribe. There were kids there on the weekends, so we would go over there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I went back again, back to Thunder Bay. After I was done, I got my certificate, and then I started teaching with Barbara. Barbara's the one that asked me to. She said, "You should come and help us teach a language." I said, "We need some language teachers." I said, "Oh, Barbara," I said, "I'm scared to teach." She said, "Simple." He said, "You were born with it." She said, "You know what to do. It's easy."
Was it teaching, or is it being in front of a crowd, or what was it?
Well, first of all, it was being in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
I was scared. I was start sweating and all this. So I had to back with my other hand. I said, "Please help me with this." So anyways, then I started. When I first started, I was going too fast. All our language on Manitoulin Island, all the language is fast.
Because you all speak it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Every time you say, Anishnabe, all those words are caught in your mouth. That's how we speak. When we talk to each other, it's fast.
Yeah.
And then Barbara said, "Linda, you have to slow down today, because they're not going to catch these words, So anyways, so that's what I started. Then I had confidence in me. Then I knew all these people, they wanted to learn the language. Mm-hmm. So that's why I started off from Sugar Island. And then I started teaching at Bay Mills College on the weekends. And that's so, me, I don't have all my kids are grown up. And my partner passed away, so I didn't have anybody. So I didn't mind going teaching the language every weekend. There's nothing to hold me back. So one thing, I'm so happy when I hear all these students I was teaching, that for 6 years, they understand. Some of them, they come a long ways. But we always tell them it's all baby steps.
Yeah.
It's all baby steps. When we were growing up, when we were babies, the first word that our gusher would say, "Anya be beans," every morning until you start. That's all we heard. So that's how we look at our students. That we don't push them, we don't correct them. We just when they catch the word, we're very happy.
Yeah, just like you would be just a baby. I mean, that's really, it's recreating that whole process.
Yeah. So I've been at this language for the past 10 years now, and I love it, and all that. So
look at her trying to sneak out over there.
so that's why we tell our students. It says there's only a handful of us now with the language, like teaching the language. All the elders that that have knowledge, they're all passed on. Mm-hmm. So we're there to pick up the pieces, deliver the language, to people that wanted to learn.
All right. And then, we're going to talk about that next break too, the importance of the language and keeping it alive, and, how connected it really is to the culture and stuff. So, but Miigwech, this is Indigenous Insights. We'll be back.
Yeah, I know what's going on. So I think you're ready. High noon, song number 2. Here we go. Hey!
This is Indigenous Insights. We're back with Linda and Mabel from the Bay Mills Community College. Miigwech for being my co-host here this week. I'm not keeping you too long, am I?
Ka.
Like you said, there's lots to talk about.
There's lots to talk about. It's just that the bidik one much tang and then the Anishnabe miang. Miguna geni ne piguna much tang. Anishnabe miang Miigwech to come matan the geton yang guy. Gage gotes no ni biapus wagnon damang mageni wagnom damang ha deg man to ni kitiang. Gawin in the district me we to go much tang ni nandigeton yang ageni into nanong ska now not wish come up and nitais and mandam bimmisek panem daban go me jibato gishgak nemi jibato gishgak mina bim daban go me panesh kondo Anishnabe tatme and going to go to Sanya, Miss Chiges Canegoni, been given the winner, Monang, meet a shriek kit young knee, what can the man? Oh, Nani, keep it.
Upni, Mam de Gale Quinta Bata na, Bamadzunana, Anishnabe Madzun. Anishide, she keeps it being Chime, Jewanda. Chimero shogun the Anishnabe give it what canoego. The Wata na we come the Gakudo, Chigate Kidoin and Guy and good taste nunda. Sometimes and sometimes translated in English a little bit. Sometimes when we drive around the road, me and her traveling to maybe to Kuna Bay or to Harbor Springs, it's all language, me and her. And sometimes we talk about our ancestors, talking about these old words. Sometimes we use them, we support ourselves. These old words come out. Holy cats, is that word come from? You know?
Yeah.
Chigate kidoinan. You know? Mishna the among then we'll tell a story. Oh, this is how we were brought up and this is how we were taught to do. And then our grandparents used to say, please respect each other. Respect the elders. Kanada mo kwanda kikido koganda. Make first, you help those elders first before you always, the elders always come first.
And that's really one of the things.
Excuse me.
You guys, can be classified on paperwork as language instructors, but really you're not just teaching the language, you're passing a lot of that on as well because, talk about how the language is connected to it's not just a language, a sound, it's connected to the people and the culture like that. Maybe for somebody who hasn't started learning yet, hasn't started on that road, talk a little bit about, explain to them how it's more connected, I guess. It's so important. The language is so important. This is your chance to recruit some new students, I guess. Talk.
Yeah, this is what we do. Even though if they don't understand what we're saying,
So starting from square one.
Yeah, from square one. If they don't understand what we're saying, we tell them that eventually you'll get it. You'll get it. Just keep working at it,
I'm going for the why. Why should they get up? Because there's so many people that they haven't taken that first step, but they're so timid to even take that first step.
Well, they're the persons that wanted to learn. They lost their hair, like their native tongue, way back, or from their mothers or grandmothers because of this residential schooling and all that.
Yep.
And they were the persons at the time were allowed to use the language. At the time, now they lost that. Now they were scared to. I hear a lot of my students talk about when we were small. Oh yeah, we heard this word, but we weren't allowed to speak it. But I heard my mom and dad or my grandparents speak the language in their tongue somewhere in like maybe outside or in one of the rooms, and they weren't allowed to be there. And this child wanted to learn that language, but he or she wasn't allowed. Because the parents thought that if their kids learn about the Anishnabe way, then they'll never get hired anywhere. So they want them to learn English instead of language. Now, the students that we have now is that they wanted to learn that Anishnabe. So some of these words that we always, when we tell a story, oh, I heard that word before. My parents used to talk about that kind of word. That's starting to come back. Back. I got one student. We got one student at LTBB. He's an elder now, but he said when he was young he wasn't allowed to speak any Anishinaabe, but secretly he would go and listen to other elders, without them knowing it. Now this person is fluent. He understands the language.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess from what I'm hearing you say then is it kind of reconnects you.
Yeah.
So for the people out there that haven't taken that first step in learning the language, I mean, first of all, if you're not qualified to learn your language, who is? But second of all, there it is. That's kind of what I guess I experienced too, starting to learn. It's a reconnection to a part of yourself that I guess you didn't really know was there. I mean, I don't think I'll ever be able to. I don't think I'll ever think in it like you guys do. But just hearing you guys talk, it does bring me back. Even going in the extra room here, sometimes I like to go in there and listen because it's like grandmas and aunties are in the next room talking about something. Mm-hmm. So what about you, Mabel? What would you say? I mean, describe the importance of learning the language to some of our listeners out there that might not be on that trail yet.
Okay, Miss Sunny, what I was thinking there only, now. I go way back, my youth, it was around we were 8, 7 kids, 1 kids, man. That's when we went to school, Before that, say from the birth to then, 7, that's when they put us to school. And this was where we learned how to speak the English. And then as soon as we walked in the school, we weren't allowed to speak our own language. It had to be English in there. I never knew what the teacher was talking about. I couldn't even count 1 to 10. I couldn't even read the storybook, read 3 sentences, and I hated to go to school. Every day I hated to go to school.
And those are memories you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah. And then as I was growing, my youth, and then I had struggles. Like my language is my first language. Gabagoni, I have broken English now. Anishnabe miya dopche jagnashi.
I don't know, you speak better English than some of these Yoopers up here.
So I was in my youth, my teens now. My first child, I says, my kids, I have any kids, they're not going to learn the language. I'm not going to speak to them in the language because I had a hard time learning English. That's what I did. But in the back of my mind, that's who I had in mind. I always wanted to be a teacher. Didn't I go and be one after that? It was one of my cousins that got me to go to Thunder Bay to take the scores. Yeah, Wikwemikong in school. So that's what I did. And then I was one of the luckiest ones. I entered with the Board of Education, and then a year or 2 after that, that's when a native language teacher was required to have more learning. But they couldn't do nothing to me. They couldn't fire me because I was already in the board system. So they just let me stay there, and then that's where my other cousin Linda, where she had a hard time. I tried to get her to teach with the kids. They didn't take her. She did everything she could to get with the board, but got nowhere.
Yeah, they want me. They want me to go back to school for another 3 years just to get some bachelor's.
Oh, okay.
They want me to get a bachelor before I could teach the language. Mabel and Beatrice Jones were the luckiest before. When they got out from Thunder Bay, they got hired right away because we didn't have that. We didn't need that bachelor's before that. As long as you have your certificate, native language certificates and all that, instruction certificate, that's all they need. Now when the system changes, now they want us to go back to school and get bachelor's before we could teach the school system in the school. So I almost got a job, but I didn't have my bachelor's. So I said, okay, forget it. And then so I ended up teaching the regular native language with Barb Nolan at the colleges, which they didn't require any BA, Bachelor Arts or whatever, what they need. All they need was that certificate for that you're qualified to teach the language and diplomas, teaching diplomas, and then I have those, So that's all they need, so we start teaching the language.
Got her done. I mean, just kind of got to keep pushing forth no matter all the things holding you back, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's how I got my my cousin to help us with this language immersion. I says she was struggling with her life. I says, okay, Linda, follow me, watch me what I'm doing. I'm Mabana, Bemisek, or then Doshani, Wishning, Sis Bakutam Nissing, Dogi getting the now. Midashing, Geek Jinash Mabapanani, and Sunny, Nimisek, we be with Bimshit, Minani, we be ni, one Mr. Stigiam, Ma British Kongi Machina, or the knee, Mandan Pane class. Min mideship shashagini shengi gi ya kananat mogwang gi patin megwa Barbara ni hinat mogwa mideshim ye minashalende gi kichinak pichishindana mideshin engat deshin gip kopiye banana maba mini Anishnabe kinomaget ye Anishnabe gi gitet chimishweni nangwani kindesewe go eshkam Kindesewe ushketam ni eshkemastam mi watu jagnashi met mideshkan tekna nemde bechek eknomak zechek ani ge gokkitin na gasadesh midesh ginikshketonch maban niap Anishnabe endang Anishnabe kinomaget midesh no goet konogani eshtiget Anishnabe me abde gogi kwesha shangdan ni to ten ni uchboni
What he's talking about when I'm first teaching the language, the very first time. Oh my God, I struggle. All these English words just come out of my mouth.
Just and my revert back?
Yeah, and my students said, what? Then I had to train my brain to think Indian. Mm-hmm. So I went back and I said, every time when the Shaganashi word, the white, comes out of my mouth, I said, no, it's got to be a language. So gradually, so...
Have you found that to be... Has that affected you as a person?
No.
No? Not switching over like that? Because, I mean, as a language learner, I mean, that's the ultimate dream, to be able to not just converse and speak in the language, but to think in the language. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. We have Linda and Mabel from the Bay Mills Community College hailing... Well, give a shout-out to your homeland, first of all.
Nani, parade, to sing.
Mego get up to the shed, Mandan Snabe, make my penny, Miigwech, my picture neho.
All right, so we're going to have some fun next break.
Yeah.
We're going to have some fun this next one. So we'll be back here on Indigenous Insights.
Mercy me, thank you very much, Snake Island, for that beautiful song.
We are back here on Indigenous Insights with Linda and Mabel, my co-hosts here this week. Miigwech for hanging out with me.
Get you nuga.
Now, Miigwech.
All right. All right. So a little bit earlier in the show, you mentioned how when you first started teaching, you actually spoke too quick because that was sort of, that's the normal casual conversation.
Yeah, it is. The language of Manitoulin dialect is really fast. Like,
It's even.
Ojibwe, oh my God. And yeah, Ojibwe, Dawas, and Potawatomis. So
You guys are quicker over there?
yeah, oh wow, if you ever hear the whole Anishnabe on my reserve there on Manitoulin Island, Wikwemikong, when they talk, holy cats, the words that just come out. Fast language.
Well, that's what I kind of want to give a preview to the listeners for, because we've been playing your guys' stories in the show for months now, but those are all from class, which is you're talking to students in that same tone. So I thought it'd be kind of cool if we had the both of you converse here on the show, so we just like there's no English speakers around, just like you're back home, so we can hear that tone, that inflection when you guys are just speaking. So I got a list of topics here. If you could just, I'll say the topic. You guys can make a few comments back and forth, and then we'll have you roughly translate what you say about it, so that way we can keep up a little bit. So, first topic, if you guys could comment on your favorite food. Who wants to go first?
Ningeni Michigan dam nabo. Kamam dadi di wash kishrimok. Zam do de mawe.
Nishkeni moose too. Mustushin katewe no chke goshet temgak ni netawang mandan ni nebop shikatek minash ni bindap kachkatek kwashgan banik kate mage sasgo kwatek migeni apchipeshken ma mustu.
All right, so that's how quick it is in Wiki if there's no English speakers around. Okay, so and then tell us a little bit about what you said in English then.
My favorite food is corn soup. That's my favorite food. Corn soup, minazi tagdago course.
Did you?
Salt pork.
You made some of that here one time, I think. Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Nish getting me. What I said was the moose stew. Kanagonasha, everything is put in there. All the vegetables you're supposed to be eating, they're all in there. And with that, I love to make bannock. And my bannock, it's about 4 inches high.
Oh, that's a good height. That's a good height.
Yeah. And bannock, either that or magendo, I fried it up. Yeah, you gotta have that with your stew.
There you go. All right, so you guys are cousins, right? All right, so like there's no English speakers around, just speaking in Nish. Can you talk a little bit about a childhood memory you guys have?
Oh, Nino na gibagachi yang. Kaya na gibagachi yang. Skitam Mabel git quesko kaya ni kangi ken masinitay sawat. Bama.
Kangi ken masima ba what any nitay. Na English mandigin jishwe, but do nukmes na endat. Nangomaban nitay skano apmat. Kadeon de ben nangomage kyan de non minjasan. Pidus mabet quesko kwe. Kini gizak de bema ba jagnash kwe minatan na gai jagnash ngish nagzon minamam de gap rugi mangski jwen giminan de no nashki jwen jagnash kwe mi de shogno mama bana kwe zens ngi gachi me gno ndapi oh ginishnabe me win minashna do de mange mi panasa inishkan de gizak de be okan de ges nangi shigenda 미고프네 에쿠이치겐 당드스건데 에스니 숏
스메자 그라르만 기세부다 바 빈미숨스나 비간 but 미모가디 question 양 미아프점 기켄 양니 위타우슨당 미숨스나 스메제과 니제밤 까김 쩨쩨토나 마바드스 미숨스나 바가딩 마비기지기스틴 미드스 마베 메이벌 Mabel misumsana boa. Mabel Mabel. Because I'm going to show. Mabel Mabel ni skis good. Na de skizuan mi som sana gusun gobe. Man di do adnen. Boma ba. Mi de chegan che kedia mi sgo panego mi go panego gibe ni in boche diang na pingi sa me endat magen nok mis nang ibe sak mi sgo repi mi de sgo dongwa. Pi de sgo nangwa ekwit ni kendia pane so am tusna kana shime bes zam pane. Shime ha. Au chu sgo gimnan dago so mekko. Wanda ni gibi even tag yang gani na mi go to snabe mo ga ni ka ni nang ka snanek ni snabe man pane ka e wo so na shi mun gites no mi to shweten ni gani ma ba Mabel ni escob mak ni up to ni me sub samak chme sub sabanin wem to go shiawe wem to go mi sheni jen and the skin jugod mi na min justan mi jegi Shagana si kwengi bisha na August gibe got chiang.
I'm almost scared to ask. Could you paraphrase that in English a little bit for us?
No. What Mabel said first conference that we had there when we first met, it was over at my grandmother's down at the country when my grandfather passed away. The very first time that Mabel met us, she didn't know we're cousins because my hair was really blonde. There was two of us, really blonde. My eyes were blue and our skins were white. Then Mabel thought we're little white girls, and she likes us very much and all that. And then later on, that's where we came to get to know each other as all. There were cousins because of my grandfather. My grandfather passed away a long time ago. They fixed the body, like they would make the coffin and all that. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather was on the bed, waiting. Where they were making the coffin there, and they used to go and play my grandfather. He's already dead. He's a corpse. Yeah. So Mabel, when my grandfather's eyes were closed, Mabel went like opened their eyes, went like this and poke it. She thought that he was sleeping. And my grandma came running in and says, "Don't go to church in the kiek, go to church. Church gods and nokamis na. You get boy lang." Yeah, and then that was me. Mishgopane ni. I go sa na shim gite so na gisa sa na shim siyog na. Gijim na like my grandparents. My parents didn't speak any English. My grandparents didn't speak any English. There's one thing I forgot to mention there before. I grew up by my grandparents brought me up my grandma. I was ashamed to be an Anishnabe because I wanted to learn English. So one time I was speaking English in my grandmother's house. Oh, my grandma got a hold of me and slapped my face and said, "I don't want you ever speak that rubbish in this house," she says.
Oh, yeah?
And that's it. Every time I went to my grandma's, I always have to be Anishnabe.
That's going to be the second level of the immersion program then for me when I come in. Yeah. Anything in English, you can just grab me and smack me up and tell me not to speak any of that rubbish in here.
Yes, sister, did you hear Billy Rose ain't never been found? Went missing on the 4th of June, family hasn't heard a sound. Jim Crow met her walking that knocked off Beach Road. Said she was meeting friends downtown, but then she never showed, and nobody knows. Hey, hey, where did she go? Hey, hey, someone has to know. Hey, hey, where did she go? Oh, so sisters, please, please pray. Don't let them fade away. We're gonna raise our voices. They're gonna hear us scream till we're all wide awake, and this is all just a real bad dream. Pray, sisters. truth just won't prevail, and nobody knows. Hey, hey, where did she go? Hey, hey, someone has to know. Hey, hey, where did they go? Oh, so sisters, please, please cry. Don't let them fade away. We're gonna raise our voices. They're gonna hear us scream. So we're all wide awake, and this is all just a real bad dream. Pray, sisters, please, please pray. Pray, sisters, please, please pray. Oh, so sisters, please, please pray. Don't let them fade away. We're gonna raise our voices. They're gonna hear us scream. So we're all wide awake, and this is all just a real bad dream. Pray, sisters, please, please pray. Pray, sisters, please, please pray. Pray, sisters, please, please pray. Please pray. Please pray.
This is Indigenous Insights. I'm your host, Mitch Miigwech, for tuning in. We'll have more with Mabel and Linda next segment. I did collect some other stuff for you. On Monday evening, I went over to the seniors in Baraga to check out the Parent Circle, a program through KBIC Health Systems. There's so many great programs available to our community. It's time to start highlighting more of those events and programs. Also, we got to start recognizing the many KBIC employees out there working hard for our community. Here's the audio taken with my brand new nifty recorder here on Indigenous Insights from the Parent Circle in Baraga. Check it out. This is Mitch for Indigenous Insights. We're at the Ojibwa Seniors Building here in Baraga. I'm here with family health educator from the KBIC Health Clinic, the woman I love, the mother of my children, Kristine Maki. First time ever on the show. Welcome to the show, love.
Thanks, babe.
Okay, so before we talk about what we're doing here today, tell us what a family health educator does. Like, what is your job description?
Through tribal home visiting, we go to people's houses and we do different lesson plans for ages 0 to 5. And then we also do parent circles monthly, we do different themes.
And how long have you been in that position?
4 years.
4 years. So tell us a little bit then about your event today, your tie-dyeing t-shirts. This is part of what program?
Well, today was April's parent circle, so we tie-dyed t-shirts, bandanas, hats, and bags. And then our focus for parent circles is just family engagement. So the families can take their kids, their grandkids, their nieces, nephews, and they just come, they have a snack, and they do an activity together, and it's just a great opportunity for them to hang out together.
So today you're tie-dyeing t-shirts, but at other events you have different activities?
Yeah, for next month, for May, which is the second Monday, we are making sun catchers.
What are those?
Well, we're going to be painting different designs, and then they can hang in your window or in your car, and then they're really pretty in the sunlight.
That's pretty cool. All right, so for maybe families, who's eligible for the program for listeners out there that might be interested in the program?
Eligibility for the Family Spirit Program is the same through Healthy Start. So this program is specifically through the KBIC Health System. So through Healthy Start, tribal families are eligible first, and then the Family Spirit Program specifically through ages 3 and 5 will open their doors outward.
Okay, very good. So you've been working in this position by yourself here for a little bit, and you recently got some help, right?
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your help that you recently got. Not everything, because we're going to have her here in the next segment, but give us an intro into...
Well, my newest office mate, her name's Ginger Shelifoe, and she's been a great help, and she is jumping headfirst into home visiting, and she's been learning along the way, and she's been doing a really great job.
And these are both KBIC members, right?
Yeah, we are. We're both from the Anishnabe Indian community.
Okay, so we'll have both of you back here in the next break. For now, let's get into the music. This is Indigenous Insights. This is Mitch for Indigenous Insights. We're back here. It's Monday evening. We're at the Seniors Building in Baraga. It's just after the Parent Circle, right? It's Kristine Maki, woman I love from the KBIC Health Center. She was telling us a little bit about what you do for your job and a little bit about your events. When's your next event?
Our next Parent Circle is the second Monday of May.
Second Monday of May. And what else can people look forward to?
Well, we also do a breastfeeding support group every first Wednesday of the month, and then we do events specifically for our enrolled families in our program.
And where can people look for more information on that?
The KBIC Health Systems website has more information on the different programs that we offer.
So now we'll move on to, you recently got some new help in your office, a new office mate. Why don't you once again go over it? Give us a little intro. Build her up.
Well, we have Ginger Shelifoe just started with us in the end of January, right? And then she's been learning with me. I've been helping her along, doing tribal home visiting, and this is her first parent circle.
Very good. How did you enjoy it, Ginger?
It was really fun. I like to engage with the kids and to have fun while I'm working, so I really enjoyed it.
So you guys were tie-dyeing T-shirts. What else was here available for attendees?
There was snacks, and there was more than just T-shirts. They could do hats or bags or bandanas.
And what did you tie-dye? What'd you make?
I made a shirt with my daughter. She was here.
Oh, very
also.
cool. So what inspired you to apply for your position?
I'm currently going to school at Northern for psychology, and in the job description it kind of talked about how they wanted to have someone who was like going for that kind of degree. So I thought it would be a good thing to apply for, to have on my resume, yeah. For when I do graduate and I do go for a job that I want.
It's like a good experience, plus you're doing good by engaging with the community. Mm-hmm. Is that like your favorite part then, kind of getting in there, talking with people?
Yeah, I used to work for the KBIC Youth, so I loved working with kids, and then this would just build on to that. I used to work with a little bit older, but I wanted to work with a little younger, so.
Very cool. All right, so at the radio station, I'm always working on different projects, and some of them get going, some of them don't. There's always things that I want to do. Now that you guys are kind of partnered up, working as family health educators, like, what do you guys really, where do you want to take the program? How do you want to affect our community? And either of you can answer this now. Who's going to step it up?
Well, we're always trying to brainstorm on new things that we can do with our community. We are planning a photography session for our Family Spirit Healthy Start families. So we're going to set up a photo shoot for them, and then so that'll be a free picture through our grant for the families. So that's what we're looking forward to soon. But we're always trying to brainstorm for more ideas, and we always try to encourage ideas from the community so we can plan for you guys.
Very cool. And those are like just family portraits?
Yeah. You can have a family portrait, the whole family, or you can do the kids, but that will be specifically for the families that are participating in our Healthy Start Family Spirit program.
All right. Miigwech, thank you very much.
Miigwech.
Miigwech.
Moon is rising. can't believe we made it this far. I said the moon is rising. Can't believe we made it this far. If we don't make a change,
there's a lot of efforts right now, language revitalization, and there's a lot of movements. The Anishnabe Racial Justice Conference is taking place as we speak here this weekend in the KBIC. Speak a little bit about where you see our people kind of going. What do you see as the Anishinaabe future? Where does our language go? Where does all of our people go? How would you like to see it? And this, just converse amongst yourselves.
Trying to do.
But in Nish though, remember this is the quick wiki.
Ni namanda iskum namanda ni dan ko na wat page ni kan pitedik ani shige nam daman ye manda
Mr. Shani ni mapagi kingoch miging wana ma me kwen ma kan de ni na ebsen do swat Anishnabe mia apchem mem de gen go ni Miigwech to na Anishnabe ma anish ke shichigang bani mandu anish pim Anishnabe miang bakketo up to Shugumem Digeni, Miigwech Chetona, Miigwech Chetona Mantuinish Nebemot, and Eshiang Bokedoxa, Mideshkunagi in Winmoqua, Miigwech stock in the na. There's a skit to win with the Bazakchip then on the kit to win and the nap. Kinogoni, Gatotain on the Bitchabam, get the Kai Kanakensi Nani, Minjidik, Genway, when I go Queen is no Bakshim Nikia, we could see where I in the toxin, I need to see her. Keen go anyway, isn't he? Skip to it, eh?
Is not the one on the Anishinaabe Moen. Me when he man we know like to tuna to the kid out when the kid more than the kid was now.
Me when the Kagini Yauk on the cannon, Yauk on the cannon knee. Up to go get Nam and Danam and Anishinaabe, up to go get Tenago. Chuge no can take Yao, I'm going to some get no man, me can take time and the knee. With the Potsina, Yauk show and the knee, but Yauk and the Niman the knee. Anishnabe mot, Anishnabe tagiat, Anishnabe mot. Listen,
I nix get to sin and walk. I can't get to sin manda. I went Mission and man with this one talk, and sheet walk.
And sheet walk.
I just started to get yoga.
Miskop to Shugoni, Shigenda got Mandani, Kinogunan Manchi doing Mandani, Bishkona and dying with the Gegum de Shue, Bak Nakamaka, Mr. Gagin up the Wiging, Mido Shodani, Kinashkan the Big Yoke, quit Tausanak, Kin the Big Yoke, Midishum, Kudoni, the Mamma the Bashmet Tatame, Conduct Shodani, Agabigi, Ninga dig Yauk Shaganaski. Midishin in non dogging and the Anishinaabe meaning missing Bodezio. Bodezio. Hostagin in Dabiki and Messagin yon dan on Dan Yabinishnabe Miaketo, Anish Winoni Nani, what we are owning Shagnaski. Which one then not stored on the Anishinaabe Manashi. Midish one then she arming Mandani and Siko Bon Gagi when he Mamwe and Mamwe sing the Asian, the Bendau sing when I with Queskatati. We went up to show me, she can talk with that. The end them.
You so get a boy go, Ekadin may go, but you know, when the Zagos couldn't get in Kijik. The bush got in the guy don't see on the snap and one order. But mother's Queskarating, me man the kin on the what, the snap and when. Me the shunny now, I get to meet him on the evening. Me the snap man, then the scap bed and the up and the cup of kind one. You know, you begin to us out.
Now I give a shmaban don no shell the chenny. Ode nang mabata no shen, now the shmabani, Kinomagan in the mabawe, Nishtanesh Nishwaswin with the Sabon Gazam up again daswin. Me the shwenny. Giving and Mamma Bagib Gachit, Panegon not the more, given not the more, Mamma each can dot, Mandawisconet, Midishin ni Apogee Garden, Dang ni, Anishnabe, Nix we Kinoma get. Nangodish ni, Miigwech Jansen, Anishnaben, Babikinoma, Chinmaban, Snaben, Anishnabe chik mi go Anishna mandbek shek na maga Anishnabe when now. Nango dish nango ni yabago nangun do not more maba no shan. The me wanna me game up it and then winning it then winning Anishnabe met maba. Mishko Magwani is chiget, Mabel Missek, or the Chode, now Niwiana Mandani, PD Day is Nakate, Midish Windish Mabana, Wigita, Nanda Wigno Nana, Shaganashan.
Anishnabe mana. Anishnabe mana.
Needed to Bungi, Bungi Winishnabe, man, Ekken down, Minashni. Eken zik nin bignonik. Nuk message wanda shiketin kita. Mageni minasho chwas no mabani. You can know what she get. No she get. Minage goni tustonen nangon nagamosan. We shaganash niksha winishnaben ni nagamtaden.
Yeah.
All right, so I know it's kind of an impossible task, but could you sum that up then in English a little bit?
No.
I mean, I followed along as a student because I'm a great student, but for some of the listeners out there.
You didn't go Well, but we were talking about the language there. It is right that some people, they wanted to learn the language right away. Right away, they wanted to learn how to speak the Anishnabe, how to write it. But it could be possible, but it's impossible. It takes time. Like we said, it's a baby step thing. Yeah. Like when we speak the language, when we teach the language, the Anishnabe, oh my gosh, that's fascinating. They want to, I wish I could speak that way, fast. They think they want to speak their language in the morning. Well, it could be possible. I've seen it happen. I know the priests when they come in the reserves, some of them they only speak the English and all that. In 1 month, they're fluent.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know all the priests, but it could be possible. If they work at it, I'd work at it. Like I said, I was talking for one more young guy in Harbor Springs. I don't know if you know him, that Raymond Shanowski.
I'm not sure if I met him.
He's a drummer. When I first met that boy, I think he's about 20 now. I think we're 22, somewhere around there. When I first met that boy a couple of years ago, up to go bangi na Anishnabe wengi na kikenda. Bidish yapta touch maba yapta. He kept on going and going. He found the CDs, he found the website. Every single day, all he thinks was Anishnabe over here.
Okay.
And, you'll be amazed how that boy, he speaks the language. He could talk the language, like converse like me and Mabel does, which he never did but 2 years ago. Anishnabe.
So it kind of sounds like what you're kind of getting at is we got to start moving to a point where it's about that hunger to get the language, not about writing things down and designing the perfect course. It's about awakening that hunger within the students and the people to get it back.
Listen to the tapes, listen to the tapes, like me, Linda, Barbara. Any tapes that
or Indigenous Insights.
Indigenous Insights, yes, mostly any tapes. This is what my other students in Canada, like the Friendship Center, that's what I see. I just heard them just last week saying, how can we start? What could we do to start this, to speak the language? They said, See, my mind is going back to the Anishnabe now. Anyways, that's what they said. Okay, you do your language, Don't worry about making mistake. Just go ahead and say it. I am not going to correct you. I am not going to say. That's not how you say it. You say it wrong. No, I am not going to say that.
Yeah,
no fluent speaker.
Yeah, but if they ask us,
Yeah.
if they ask us, but if we hear them when they're making a mistake, we don't correct them.
Yeah.
And they would ask us, "Is that how we say it?" And we hate to correct them, but they're asking us, so we correct them. Then, eh?
We just say the word. We don't correct them.
Yeah, we
say
just
the word.
and
Yeah.
this is how we say it. This is how you say it. It's good too.
I think that makes pretty good sense. I mean, if we're learning like babies, a baby comes up and says a word, you could correct them or say, how do you say this? Mm-hmm. And that's what my kid Dusky come up to me and says, "What's the word for this?" I was glad he said that.
Yeah, there's like whatever, however, or whatever you want to sound, use it.
And you figure it'll eventually get to where it needs to be.
That's what my grandson. He's 20. He'll be 28 years old this year. In, this September, he'll be 20. And
What's his name? Go ahead.
Joshua Otakwachwan Lewis. He's a teacher in Ottawa, and this coming weekend they're having a PD day, and he's going to be a speaker to the non-native about this native culture.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and he's self-teach language. Kinomatsa. He's self-taught language. What he's doing is when we meet or when he comes to visit me, he'll tell us that the Anishnabe Miigwech. Just talk to in the language, and he hears. So now that's what he's doing. He's listening to the tapes, whatever I gave him, the books. Now he's pretty good writing the Anishnabe Mwen, and he done a few language in Anishnabe, and of course he plays guitar and he drums. So that those instruments helps them to do the language.
I can definitely see that. Something about music and art and stuff really connects people somehow like that. We'll have to get him on the show too. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, one of these days I'll bring him over.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that effectively, I think, is going to be our immersion segment for this week on the show. I have one more topic for you, and this is going to be the fun one. We'll do that.
This is what I want to, like Mabel was saying there earlier, when we visit together, when our families they're scattered all over. But if there's a long weekends, family gatherings all together, all you hear is language. Bunch of little, like bird, book, then we all laugh and everything, eh? It's all language.
That's what I need to come and bring my recorder to something like that. Cause, that's what I noticed. That's why we did this little exercise, because when you guys are telling stories in class, it'll be like you're speaking to the class, but then you'll turn to her and then you'll ask her a question. And that takes on a totally different inflection, and then that's when I really listen. Then 'cause it's different. So we have one more. Did you have something else?
What?
Oh no, I thought you had something else. So we have one more little topic we'll talk about here in just a little bit before we say Bama for the week. This is Indigenous Insights. We'll be back. This is Indigenous Insights, Eagle Radio's weekly Anishnabe radio program. You can find us at facebook.com/iiradio. We're also streaming from keepitinthe.up.com. From the Bay Mills Community College, we have Linda and Mabel. They're the co-hosts, or the stars of the show this week, actually. Just a bit ago, we had kind of an exercise for our immersion segment where you guys talked about different things, favorite food, childhood memories and stuff. And that's because I want the listeners to hear what it sounds like when you guys just speak back and forth fluently without thinking of students and that students speak. Mm-hmm. So I have one more topic here for you before we sign off. If you guys could converse, I mean, you guys are from Canada, so I'm not sure it affects you guys as much as it does us, but I'm sure you've heard of it or heard of him. Could you discuss our president, Mr. Donald Trump?
No, chmukvanish. Egi budget.
Menjukuna idea kidyambane. Gagana puchamandan do nagdosin mabasana hekchigamawad mampini chumukmanking. Mishigo we went dictionary. Yamdama went secondary, no mutton jagnashin, in a money. Bindaganing dana dik ni bina jonya mage o de beji bindagan ke kutte ni tik minji dik okay where Kima miktan na Mr. Goge
ni bina jonya da napchgo koyok pishgen man zab ni bina jonya da napchgo do de go Pruchre ni gidat Aber wenn man sich nicht schnappen, die Jingen man mal nicht schnappen. Nicht schnappen, Dinge. Gott aus ja Dinge.
Ani gaschen kanat ginundam kanamanda Pocahontas.
Pocahontas cosa, ne.
Nishnabe kwen gaschen kanat Pocahontas. Tan manda koi okwe. Kenzin ni ebeneset.
Boy.
Damnen dagzo yukchimni kchini chinojbe natne.
Mia.
All right, so let's hear it. What do you have to say about Mr. President in English?
Well, first of all, whatever you hear about Mr. Trump, I don't know what he sees him, all this big dude. He couldn't snap with the dog now, the Indians only have that dude. And whatever he have on one pocket and whatever he has in the other pocket, I don't know what the woman sees in him. But the one thing is very racist. That's all I could say about him. It's so racist about the Native people, about the colored people, Mexicans, anybody.
When they say genom the Miigwech and they can no much. Oh, me open and more and it's not back when and down. This guy here, Mr. Trump, I don't know what they see in him. For me, he's just another ordinary guy. Maybe he's got lots of shonya, but to shonya bin daganing. Minani nam dana dik beshgen moat min ji dik. When you say them the more missy go ni gan chingen man ma banan mekdeshen chin na Anishnabe. Minanak,
Condic Chinese people.
Kinagunandan non chingen man, Anishnabe now, with the guy number chan mana. On man bushgen man. On mak when he get money, take minjidik.
So no sheman na.
Oh, you then that mean walking, you know, but non Anishnabe when you end them. So I don't know what too much about him. It's just that every time I see him in the news, that's what I looked at is his little mouth moving there. Yeah, the mouth moving and the way he uses his fingers. Maybe he's opposite minjidik. Maybe he's two spirits out dik minjidik. I don't know, but. It's just the movements he's doing, eh?
Yeah.
There's something there.
And then, now the way that the world is. I mean, we look at like Abraham Lincoln in portraits and paintings, but 100 years from now, they're going to be able to look back and see him on digital, high-quality videos, and he's going down in history as a president.
Oh, jeez. And they say, my son, well, the kids will say, Mr. Trump is only a rump.
All right. We're
Miigwech.
we're starting to run out of time here on Indigenous Insights. I guess this would be the part where I give you guys a chance to, any last words to our listeners?
Keep taking the language. I advise you maybe get CDs anywhere, anything. The songs, even Helen Roy, I forget her married name. Even Barbara Nolan has some songs there. Listen to the songs. You'll eventually get to know, to speak the language, or get to know the person that's a fluent speaker. Yeah, because there's not too many of us around. Look, I'm pushing 70 myself. 70. I almost forgot how old I am. Yeah.
38?
Yeah, 38 is good. I'll take that. Yeah. So this is what I give you again. Try. Take the language.
Keep going.
Keep going.
That's the same thing as Mabel said there. Every time we encourage youth, whoever taking this language, please do use those Anishnabe words. Whatever you learn, try and use them. If you made a mistake, that's no problem. There's no problem. Use as much as you can. That's the only way you're going to learn.
Phrases help.
Phrases help.
Tagamachan mampi, baijishin, bamseda, panotqueta.
All those words. The words that you know, use them. Now how?
I want to say Miigwech to Linda and Mabel for being here this week. This is Indigenous Insights. Miigwech.
Now, Miigwech.
Miigwech.
Over to Hay Creek, song number 2, Nagamoto. Good luck, couples, tell us the story. This song comes from right here in America, composed by George Skinny Garfield. Yeah. Four Thunders. Yeah. Thank you, Four Thunders, for that intertribal song. We're going to keep everybody out there. We're going to keep going with intertribal action here, but we're going to change it up just a little.